Scorpio, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We're in Cancer season. We're about to come up on a full moon in Capricorn. Full moon definitely heightens energy. It amplifies things that are already going on. And Capricorn kind of does have an intense vibe to it. Usually it's highlighting the things that we have to work on. Wah, wah. This isn't like the most tense full moon I've seen, but there definitely is things that are being highlighted that are showing us how we feel around people, around situations, based on certain choices, decisions they're making, actions they're taking, etc. So that's the part of it that can be a little bit humbling. It is triggering, right? It's triggering our emotions, or that's kind of how it's coming across, because some of this stuff we're picking up intuitively, but we're kind of just like crossing our fingers, hoping that it doesn't actually manifest. And so we have a bunch of retrogrades going on right now. Neptune and Pluto are already in retrograde. Saturn and Mercury are going to be in retrograde at the end of the week. And the value, the silver lining of the retrogrades is it's allowing us to slow down a little bit, to take our time as we're navigating some of these trickier situations, and to actually be a little bit more present, have a stronger foundation for ourselves. So we're not just barreling ahead and not seeing the lesson, or walking right back into the same type of karmic lesson again, hopefully. So with that in mind, that's why I like to start off these readings with an energy cleansing. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out those places we're feeling blocked or limited. It's also a really good time to set your own intentions, Scorpio, especially if you do have something on your heart or mind that you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a really great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are just interested in more of a rebalancing of self, alignment of your mind, body, and soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're feeling strong, grounded in ourselves, when we know who we are and what we want, and we're aligning with those things, that's where we manifest our happiness and fulfillment from. We have to know ourselves, right? Be in alignment with who we are. And I would love to help support that in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up, Scorpio. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into this. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama love. Amen. All right, Scorpio. Your energy feels like a little bit distracted, I would say. Having a hard time to kind of, well, here's the thing. It's the energy right now is all about putting in the hard work, unfortunately. And maybe that's where your distractions are coming in. I'm hearing like finding other things to do that actually might really need to get done, but they're serving as distractions more than anything else. I'm hearing it's a good week to give yourself some space, give yourself some time, like true authentic time. I'm not talking about sitting and scrolling on social media or binge watching or, yes, those things can be therapeutic, relaxing, I might even say, but it's not really true rest. And I'm hearing that there is some need of authentic rest, because it does kind of look like you're finding out some tricky information this week. And I think it's going to require you to be more present, to be more present in how you need to take care of yourself is what I'm hearing. Right now, Mars is in Virgo, and it's being slowed down a lot is what I'll say, right? Like, there is harmonious aspects to the sun. So the more we take care of ourselves, or the better we take care of ourselves or invest in ourselves in the right way, the better it's going to feel. But when we're not doing that, that's kind of where the tension comes up, right? It does look like you are trying to process through things analytically, that pros and that cons list, because you don't really want to, I don't know, like it kind of looks like someone, you don't want to, here, let me finish that first thought. You don't want to leave an opportunity that could be good for you in the long run. But at the same time, it's basically saying like, this needs to be, you need to be cautious when you're figuring this out. Yes, I think that maybe someone's like confessing something is what I'm hearing. This might be about a situation or a dynamic where someone else was involved. Someone is trying to sabotage this. So, like, I don't know. It feels, there's a lot of different moving pieces. It feels like, yes, there is someone else involved. Take it how it resonates, though. I'm not saying this in a fearful way. Like, if you have no suspicion of someone cheating or, you know, whatever, don't pick it up. This basically, I don't know if it's complete third-party situation. Maybe someone was dealing with someone else once upon a time, and this is all coming to the surface. It feels more like that versus like someone's cheating right now. But I do also see that there's outside influences that are affecting this. That's also like that third-party energy I'm picking up for like present day. And I, you know, it looks like someone is trying to clear their name. They're also telling you or giving you information on why things have been going in the way that they have. I think you're working really hard on yourself, and they can see that. They see that like you're changing your tune. They see that you're different. They see that you're showing up different. And so for whatever reason, it's more enticing for them to come back around. But again, like, I don't know how authentic this is. And I think that that's where this caution is coming into play, because move on is in your blocked energy. For some reason, like, this is either a repeated cycle, or you haven't been able to move on from someone or something, or they haven't been able to move on from you. Because I do see you taking active steps to do that. I feel like this magician energy is like you getting the life that you want, the relationship, the job, the dynamics that you want. This is you actually saying, like, kind of recognizing that, especially if there is someone else, or a lot of times when other people are involved, these third-party situations, it creates really messy dynamics in relationships, right? And yeah, maybe that can be the rationalization for why what happened, but it doesn't necessarily make it right. And I feel like you're in this place where it's like you do have some decisions to make. You have Four of Pentacles in your energy, so your instincts are telling you to self-protect. Especially if this is someone coming back around and extending an olive branch. You might receive the offer, but at the same time, you're really protective of your energy. And rightfully so, because this is someone who does feel self-absorbed. I'm not trying to be rude in this, but they're on the defensive. It looks like they're coming back around because their life is difficult, because they're not getting what they want, or they're feeling like you're not feeding into them anymore, you're leaving them out, etc. Or that you have moved on, or that's how they feel. They feel like you have. They're afraid to lose you to some capacity, right? And And I think on some level, they're ready to claim that. Almost like this grandiose idea of I'm going to express myself like this. It's like someone has this idea of how the conversation's going to go. Like if I just like wear my heart on my sleeve and, you know, Scorpio's going to take me back and whatever, right? Like it's almost like they're speaking to you in your language, essentially, is how that looks. But you're holding off. I don't see this as a direct no, but I see this as like, let's wait. For some reason, you know that timing is very valuable in this. And I feel like that's part of where this caution is coming into play. Because you want to trust someone, but you're not really sure if that's the right move to make. It's also shedding light on whomever, whatever has been infiltrating this dynamic. I do see some information coming out around that. We've been having this theme a lot in the collective this week where like there is some type of movement. There is some type of cleanup that's happening. I feel like this is a lot of that full moon in Capricorn. It's really highlighting where there has been a lot of struggle and difficulty, and forcing us to kind of step into this power of the magician in order to overcome. And that's what you're doing. And I think it's not scary to someone, but like this is a new version of you that they are seeing. And honestly, it's not even just like, you're not just doing it just because. Like this is something that you're actually ascribing to now moving forward. I'm hearing though that like leaving this door open might be a little bit messy. It might cause messy dynamics. There's something about this where I feel like someone is kind of like they continue. I'm seeing that like, you know, they have their foot in the door and they're just going to keep pushing that door open a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Find out more information. Don't overwork yourself. Making sure that you're not overcompensating. Having really clear boundaries, especially because you are more in this, like, I'm good to wait. You're good to wait. You're good to see how things unfold. And they might even agree with you, right? They might even say like, yeah, that makes sense. Let's do that. Because again, they're speaking your language. This is why I accept doubt in my life. Doubt is a part of our reality. Doubt is not a weakness. When I use it wisely, it makes me see the realities of life more clearly. So that's okay for you, Scorpio. I feel like this is your power. This is your attribute, is questioning. Asking the right questions, again, especially because someone is easily communicating in a way that you can receive that makes sense. And even to the point that like, you will be empathetic towards them. Not that that's a bad thing, right? But wisdom, I love this. Wisdom is based in awareness. When I am aware and conscious, I have a real image of life. The more aware I am, the clearer the knowledge that comes to my mind. So doubting, questioning, finding out more information, which is exactly what this card is confirming, is reminding us that that's really where the wisdom and the clarity comes from. That's where your answers are this week. I fill my heart with truth and honesty. I don't allow illusions or confusion to lead my life. I respect others when they listen to their souls. I don't try to divert their attention for my own entertainment. I'm gentle with their energy. This way the world becomes a more peaceful place, 100%. And I feel like that's exactly what you're practicing this week is, you know, yeah, you might be aware of this to some capacity, Scorpio, but you're not letting it infiltrate you. And I feel like whatever truth they are coming to you with, you're able to kind of hold it up against that proverbial lie detector test. Like, how authentic is this? Asking the right questions, gaining the right awareness that you need to, so you're making your decisions out of wisdom, right? And even if it's not exactly matching with them and what they want, that's okay too. There is this season to stick around and a season to move on, you know? And I feel like that's kind of what's lingering around all this. They might say the right things, but also the Seven of Pentacles energy is really going to challenge them to put their money where their mouth is. So I'm hoping this helped, Scorpio. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I hope you enjoyed this reading and found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.